after we said, oh. Yes, I think that's the same one yesterday. After we said you have to give kavod to Hashem, and our job, and after we said that a person has two opportunities. You have a korban, and you have a korban that is mushlam, and a korban ba'amum, and a person gives a korban ba'amum, he's over alav batakivu. Says the Gemara, why? The Gemara says maybe met for demay, but because he had able to give something good and he gave something bad, is called chison kavod mizbeach, and it's chison kavod of Hashem. It means to say, if you can give kavod to Hashem, you don't give kavod to Hashem, it's chison. So that you call it a lav malchus. So I get malchus. So we learn because really Hashem, punishment of Hashem is no end, no gvul. There's no measurement in the Shamayim. But Hashem gave us this world. You could do when malchus said we could be yotze zayin, the punishment, and you won't get punished in the Shamayim. The famous story of they came to Chatam Soif, they came to Mida, they asked him, what I do, a guy person did Averis, he said, learn Mishnais with the Yom Tov, and do this and that. Yes, why this is Yom Tov? Was the person did Aveira, and he wanted a tshuva in the Shamayim, he came to the, and when he came to the Mida, he said, listen, I want a tshuva that in Shamayim won't get punished.
What the person said?
Yes. So then he would tell him, do this as a tshuva in the Shulchan, do this and that, do this and that. And one of the things it says here, don't learn Mishnais or Bartanua, learn also what this is Yom Tov. It means you have to use Iyun. You have to learn Iyun. So, and then he did tshuva, and then there was another person, I want to tell you, a tshuva that you get from a Rabbi takes away from the Shammai. The famous story with the Megala Mukois was this person, was two people that he was still not kosher in town. So, in Kaka, in the city Kaka. And they did, for years, they didn't know about it because they grew up not really, they didn't grow up a religious background. They're like the Soimim, they didn't know. And they sold that kosher to the city. So they didn't know what to do. So they came to Megala Mukos. And
who's that, the rabbi?
A big rabbi. His name is Megala Mukos. What?
Very good person.
Very famous. I have a safe in the house at the Chumash. It was a big Megala Mukas, it was a big Kodesh, huh? Big Kabbalah. And he told him, listen, do this tshuva, do this tshuva, do this tshuva. He did the tshuva, a couple of years, he did the tshuva that I told him to do. And after that, before he was sick, before he passed away, so the Megala Mukas says, listen, I'll give you a piece of paper and put it in your hand. And don't worry. And then come down, and then it was two people. The other person, he said, listen, he said, then you come to other person and to his friend and tell him exactly what is happening in the Shamayim. So he put his name, Megala Mukos, his name. It was his name, he put it on his hand, and he passed away. And after he passed away, he came to the Shamayim, and after he came back to the dream, to his friend, he said exactly what is going on. And he said, every place where I came in, I was open. I came into the base of Shamala, they say, a Megala Mukas, paper in your hand. And all the Malachim wanted to swallow me up because I did so many sins. But I had the Megala Mukas hand, no one touched it. Everybody touched it. The Megala Mukas, no one touched him. He was going all Ganem, this, no one could touch him at all. Megala Mukas sign, his name he had in his hand, no one could touch me. She said, you don't know. In this world, there's a simple. He was a kaka, big rabbi. He didn't know how big he was. But I'm telling the Shamayim, all the Shamayim, till Beis Shamayim, All the biggest tzaddikim able to go in till there and nothing no one to this. Why? Part of it, that Gala Mukos, he said, people don't know how powerful it was in this world. And this world, it's simple, but the second one I know is a big man that basically this thing. I'm telling you a story, why not telling you a story? See, we had yesterday, a big rabbi passed away last night. Yesterday.
Who?
Rabbi Tucker. Remember, I used to teach in Yeshiva, Rabbi Tucker. Used to be in Yeshiva. So, I look simple, a Jew, but you have to know he's he was a big Rabbi. She was the Chavus of the Rabbi, called him as Chavus. You know the Rabbi? And he was a big masmid. And Torah avoid his bichas is a big. In this world, I think we don't know about him. And I'm telling you that I have no question about it. He is like the Gala Mukas in the Shammai, all is open there. Everything is open there. In this world, even though in that there was no even papers in the street, and there's nothing. A few people came, no, but I tell you, it was a big. He learned the Rabbi for a couple of years, and this was a big man. And I was very close to learn Rabbi when I was a young bacher. When I went to, he was my private tutor. She paid money to me to learn with him privately. I used to go to the house, and when I learned with him, an hour before Vasikin. I come to his house like early in the morning before Vasikin, an hour before Vasikin, and late at night, hour 10 to 11 o'clock. I learned him hour and night at night, an hour before Vasikin. I used to go to him this early in the morning and late at night. I used to learn with him because the other time he didn't have time. He was busy, and I came. Remember, I came traveling with Yamtiv. Chalavi was a massive Rabbi. Also, in the time of the war, Avtoka passed away. At the time of the war, everybody was afraid. Everybody's afraid, and they went everybody to the miklat, to the shelter. She said, "You see this thing? I wrote this in the time of the war. I sit in my house at this place. I sit and I learned, and I knew I could learn Torah. I wrote all my chidushim. I wrote the time of the war." I tell about him. He had the Muna B'tochen to do it. I said, B'skov did it. You have to have a type of people. I try to tell you, the type of person. He does. She said. Then he says, one day, he's still when he says, one day. One day, you see this book. You know how I wrote this book? 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 5 minutes. How I did it? I come home, and waiting 5 minutes till my wife writes, she makes the food. Till she makes the food. I come from the corridor, I have to wait till she makes food. I decide to take a side Masechta. Masechta Uksim, let's say, said to me. Tvul Yom, Masechta. And I sit down and learn till she food is ready. 5 minutes, 7 minutes a day. And after a while, I wrote a sefer. See this sefer? For 5 minutes here, 7 minutes here, every day, a little bit, I just did. And then he used to learn Mishnayos. Every time he said that, he learned, and when he walked to the street, he was makbid to Chazir Mishnayos. He says, learning even for me, is hard, maybe I dream. But Mishnayos is to Chazir, all Mishas Mishnayos, is to learn, and Bahar, learning Bahar. He used to get up early in the morning, and he learned Mishnayos 3 hours before Vasikin. He used to get up and learn 3 hours. He used to go to the 3 hours before Vasikin. Okay, this I tell you. And then I used to learn an hour before Vasikin. And he said, I came an hour before Vasikin. And when I went to the point, he used to learn Mishnayos and Chaz Mishnayos and people, and he supported that time. People used to learn from Mishnayos for people, from the shamas of people, and he used to get to support a family to do, and he used to learn all day. The point is, he always cared about the Shiur, and he always cared. And I was so excited to be a Sunday for one of my children. One time I used to come to this and say, one time I told me years before, she said, listen, I want you to I'll make sure that one of the kids will be my Sunday. Before my kids are a little baby, he says, I didn't forget about it, I promised I did it. He wanted me to talk about years before. He says, he said to me, I want to be a Sunday for one of your children.
You was the senator for one of your children?
Yes, and then, no, but they told me years before. So I want you to be son. I said, yes, that time. The years before. And then Abu Hashem gave me to a boy, so able to give me a zoicha to keep my word and to do that. He was, I like to make sure short. The Rebbitzin used to say about him, the Rebbitzin, my mother, she lived a long life. She said to me, he always in time. He comes in time. You know, Rebbitzin used to be in charge to pay the money years ago, the people. The Yeshiva said, he used to say, he always comes in time, he never misses. I don't have to check him. He's always there, comes in time, he's always steady, kavua. It's not like he comes late, and then comes always in time. Kitzu, the point is, in the Shamayim, he's a big man. We lost yesterday, big person in the top. He wrote a sefer on brachas. The Yeshiva liked the sefer on brachas very much. He holds one of the best books on brachas. And brachas, it's called Bikure Oretz on brachas. He wrote a sefer. We lost a big person, and he liked Yeshiva. He liked everybody in Yeshiva. Yeshiva it is, and also he used to sit in the Besraj. Says, you didn't daven shachas in a minyan. He could see on every person. You daven minyan, you didn't daven minyan. You came back. You could see on every person. And all week, but one day didn't daven. He said you could see on the person. He had the chush to see it. The point is, what I'm trying to say is it came from Torah. He worked hard, and he lived poverty. He didn't have money privately. He worked. He was only more with the money. He learned, and Hashem helped him out. I was able to help him out with his daughter. She was a teacher in my school. And you show me. Well, not people, maybe 50 people, 100 people. And you should that's the way. The point is not the point, maybe 100 people. But the point was that in this world, people don't know about it. But I'm telling you how my feelings in the Shamayim is big person. Like the Megalamuk, you know about it. But after they pierced it, you saw the thing like this. Chalafen, what is the point? The big Kavod Shamayim. So he said like this. He said this room here. One time he gave a Mussar in this room here. And he said like this. And they come to the Shamayim. They open up your Gemara. Everyone has their own Gemara. All Abba said, but yes, how you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you say, oh, your Gemara will be learning and talking. It'll be a Gemara that is cut. So you be based in Shamal. They see you read the Gemara, and you see you're learning Gemara, all in learning and talking, and middle learning. It says there be a Gemara that is cut, not good. It says learn without stopping. He says learn. He should sit 4 hours, 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, no talking and no getting up, this and doing that, not stopping. Every day. He used to come here in the afternoon, he didn't get up, he didn't talk. And all Rosh Chodesh Elul, he did the tightest day. 4 years. 4 years, didn't talk.
The whole month?
All month. The point, but how he got the strength, he can't, because all week, when he learned, he didn't talk when he was learning. He used to smoke cigarettes, but he used to smoke always a little bit cigarette and stop. A little bit, stop. He didn't smoke a complete cigarette. He made it takona because he controlling himself. He said smoke a cigarette, on a little bit. And then an hour, he smokes a little bit. What?
What does he talk a little bit?
No, he smoked on a little bit. He smoked a cigarette. He smoked a little cigarette and stop. And then stop. And then he didn't smoke a complete cigarette on a little bit and stop. And then an hour, when he said again a little bit and stop. He didn't control. He only to control himself. He had this hanoga to control his own. Avoid the savidus on himself, to work on himself. Not this and that. Not the. And a lot of things. Baruch Hashem, Hashem, give it this and then. It was other
So he
beautiful.
wrote a book for 5 minutes?
What? Every day for 7 minutes he wrote. Every minute 7 wait to his wife. He wrote, and after a while he wrote a book on it. And the Gemara, he took Mishnayos, and Tvul Yom is no Gemara in it. He took Mishnayos, and he explained it according to this, and then he would have came a safe
While he's waiting for his wife.
to prepare the food. Or she didn't come to the thing, to wait. He said to me these words, Mayim Genuvim Imtoku. Stealing water is tasty. So, stealing water. Stealing time is tasty. Stealing time is tasty. Tasty means I used to steal time. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. And also he told me, he told me this. If you want to be a if you want to be a tzaddik, you have to come 10 minutes before Seder. 10 minutes before the Seder morning. Come in time, you be a regular person. But if you come...
That's funny because in baseball, I had a baseball coach.
Yes.
He used to say if you're 10 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late.
How long you have to come early?
To come 10 minutes early, what he's saying. If you're 10 minutes early, really you're 10 minutes late. You should have been earlier. But 10 minutes is good.
No, we said 10 minutes. He used to sit 10 minutes early, and he used to sit to 1 o'clock over for the afternoon. He didn't get up. You know, he had a... Baby told me, from him I learned a smother. Baby told me these words. From him I learned to be a masmid. He was a masmid. Morning, afternoon, he used to sit like a cloud. Okay, we lost a big person. Big person. He also he taught me Torah. Maybe got him to learn it for me. So that is a very samech on him to learn me. It's a very big thing. I used to go to him, teach me how to write shtickle Torah. I used to sit when he would teach me to write. But all of them used to come to him. Yeah, used to make call this and that. Respect. All of them. Let's talk about Kavod. So he talked about Kavod, and a big Kavod says, "Ain't Kavod ela Torah." Real Kavod is Torah. Who is the example gave Kavod? The Gemara says, and I'm not saying his piece, even piece. I'm saying a different piece, but I want to then we'll go back to it because I talked this. I want to go back to this. Ain't Kavod Torah. Who is called Kavod at Torah? And the Gemara says, who is it? All the Tanoim gave Kavod to the Kavod is Rabbi Akiva. Because every letter, every tat, he made a chidushim, and he gave Kavod so much to the Torah, every little thing he gave Kavod. That was him. He gave Kavod to every word, every shtickle Torah, every word, the small, big. He was this, Baruch Hashem. He was Zoicher, the first one to maspid the Rebbe. When the Rebbe passed away, he was together in the hospital in the Rebbe, in the same place. Avtaka was in the hospital, and the Rebbe passed away. Rebbe, he was the same place. What? Same. He used to be this woman, he's the other woman. So when the Rebbe passed away, he was there, and they were waiting for the thing. He said, and he was maspid. Maspid the Rebbe. The first one maspid. He was Zoche, the maspid the Rebbe, not double portion. He was there b'shas ma'ases. So now, no mikra. And also was the chavos of the Rebbe. So there is no... I was Zoche to go yesterday to see it. V'shamayim, Hashem, Gagal, to come. No one knew about it came out. I'm telling you, but Hashem made a source that come there. Always took to learning, always in this. He had a good memory. He used to remember everything. He always sharp. He had a very good memory, remember everything. And clear, he worked hard. He worked very hard. He was not born or gone. He worked hard. He worked, and he worked, and he worked, and he worked. And he worked, and he worked, and he worked. I'm telling you, Flash, he was not a gone. It came a gun. He's a gun, but like you say, listen, the juniors, he's born, you know what I mean? In junior. Then he used to tell me when it's hard for him to learn, he used to go to the book, when he was a book, he told me that. It's hard for him to learn, he used to go to the Oitzah Sfor, he plays a lot of books. He said, take a shooting to learn, shoot. You know, Sharas and Chuvas, it's easier in his mind. Like easier, not the evil, so it's easier. But all the time he learned. All the time, day and night, day and night. We missed a big person yesterday. He gave Kavod Torah. He gave Brochus and he gave Uktzim. And he gave Kavod to the Rabbi. He came to learn with the Rabbi. You know, he's and years ago, 40 years ago. Chavus. Rabbi called him Chavus. The double portion. The Rabbi. You have to know if the Yeshiva is like this. The Yeshiva has also a Shiur mitzad the Yeshiva. Oh, I'm talking about it. There's a Shiur mitzad the Yeshiva to give Chashivas to it. Kavod. We are talking about Kavod. I have to give Kavod to it. He gave Kavod. He taught in Yeshiva for a couple of years. So, I mean, it's not before everyone here in Yeshiva. You don't remember?
I knew.
But you didn't remember teaching in Yeshiva?
No,
that was before.
Their barrel shiur.
But you remember it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember that. You remember it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
For
remember.
2 years.
Yeah, so I remember at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, remember. Say remember.
He's very sweet, very simple. I mean, how he presented himself.
He was a very happy person, and he worked on it. Kids, so we have to learn from it. First, like take time. He didn't spend time. He was a masmid. He learned without stop. This is one thing you have to learn. Very important. He learned. He didn't stop in his learning. He learned. Also, what I was thinking basically is also he always trying to find a chiddush. Trying to find a chiddush with him. Because everything's a chiddush. What is the chiddush? Kasha tells what is the chiddush? Trying to give you as a kasha, trying to give his own answer. Trying to make his own, trying to think. Gavra, chetza, long to say words, but a simple answer, kasha's answer, but always he try to give answers, another solution, another way. Masada different. He always thinking another way into Mechada. And they find a new way to handle the Chazal. He took Mechiltas and tried to work on this. He worked on this. I don't think his father was a rabbi. His father was the maskir of Kavod. He worked on himself. It comes from working on yourself. When you work, you come to be a big person. It's not, it doesn't have to be famous. Everybody knows about you, and this and that. It doesn't have to do that. It's more than that. Came, finished Shas, in the Torah, was Chasodim, and Tzedakah, and was Chasodim, and Maisim Tovim, and avoided Idavant, so it's Tzivur, about Tefillah. So then he became Adam Sholem. Adam Sholem. So it's avoid the Pnimis, and we have to learn from it. The takeaway you can learn from it. The big loss. The big loss. He gave Kavod Torah. Listen carefully. He gave Kavod Torah. And this we have to learn. He gave Kavod to the Torah. He learned it. He learned it. Respected. He gave it there. He read books. He valued it. He remembered things. He remembered the Torah. He gave Kavod to the Torah. He gave Torah Chashivas. He gave Chashivas to the Torah. He gave Chashivas to Tefillah and Avodas Hashem. He's taking up early. This the Mida had a very strong. He was not afraid. Even the time was a time of mechablim and terrorists, and to leave the house, to go to the mikveh. It was very dangerous that time. But he used to leave 2, 3 in the morning to go to the mikveh. He used to go first, get to the mikveh, and then learn. So he had that Mida, that this and then learn. So that, people say, how you can leave the house? That time it's not like the day he closed. He was not afraid. He go to the mikveh, then he learned. He had his hanogas what he did. Quick, the mikveh, go out, he didn't spend time. Well, then, I'm not saying everybody, it was, you have to learn, you have to learn from everyone. Everyone has to learn from everyone. I mean, everyone is a minor. And he learned all day, in the night, in the afternoon, and he had to say it like this, and say it like that, and say it like that. And he taught Balabatim, he taught rich people, to Balabatim, to simple people. He taught all time, he was a teacher to Mavit Torah. And he had no money, and he lived poor. He said to me, I learned B'doichak. I asked him Bracha. He says, listen, because I learned B'doichak, I know my tefillahs, my brachas will be Mekayim. He told me, get my brachas. He gave Kavod Shamayim. He gave Kavod Hashem. And we have to give Kavod Hashem. Everyone here has to give Kavod Hashem. He gave Kavod Shamayim. What? Rabbi Tucker. Told you yesterday.
He's been on the very, he also, in the street, he come, he's singing in the street, he says, Shalom Aleichem, he tell me a Kiddush.
Right. Kavod Shamayim. This is called, how you magdirit, Reb Chaim? Kavod Shamayim. This is the piece we're learning today. This is the piece, let's put it like I said, to have Kavod Shamayim. To give Hashem Kavod. Hashem's Kavod. Hashem wants me, people give Kavod to money, people give Kavod to power, politicians, who knows what they give Kavod. Well, our job here in the Yeshiva here, is to give Kavod Shamayim. Kavod to Hashem. So I give Kavod to Hashem, give Kavod to the Torah, give Kavod to Tefillah, give Kavod to Maisim Tovim. Not to look at a person, he's dying like that, he's nuts. And the guy this learning too much is nuts. And the guy this is does chesed, is a fire. No. You have to give Kavod Shamayim. Our job is to try. If we present Torah, is what? He used to say to me, remember, he used to say to me, shine your shoes, shine your teeth, shine your shoes, shine your teeth, cut your nails. He used to say that, cut your nails. Shai used to say, why? This is Kavod Shamayim. Yeah, we're talking about positive. But we're not talking here, but still. But the point is, work and Kavod Shamayim. They give you respect. You cover this, respect yourself. Kavod Shamayim. And Kavod la Torah. They have to be rich, is poor. The actions is show Kavod. Extra, shirt, necktie, pants, shoes, everything to be yama. This to be Kavod Shamayim. It's covered the shoes, not just Kavod Shamayim. Not the woman. And the physical, and how you talk to people, and how you act to people, how you scream, or yell, how you do these things is part of Kavod Shamayim. Not the mavaze Hashem, not the mavaze Hashem. You represent Torah, not the mechal Hashem's ways. To be so respectable and give you respect Hashem's ways. And he was an example like that. Like Avram Avinu, his name is Avram. Like Avram Avinu, why Sami Ken says why he left he's talking to Hashem, why he left to give to the Orchim? Because he said to give cover to the Shamayim is to teach others. And not talking to Hashem, to give others, to show others Hashem's ways, how to act Hashem's ways. This is Kavod Shamayim. You have to be the same way, to bring Hashem to the world. Kavod Shamayim, to bring Hashem's cover to the world. This is our job, to bring not only cover to yourself, to bring Hashem's cover to the world. Hashem Ha'abazat Hashem Yikuf.